Hello, fifth graders. We are back with another read aloud from Fish in a Tree by Linda Mullally Hunt. I know it's been a little bit, I'm sorry, things got really busy last week, but we are back and we're going to do a couple of these this week. All right, so let's go ahead and review where we left off. So 2 weeks ago, we learned that Allie cannot read. And Allie is in 6th grade, and she has made it this far in school without anybody finding out. And we're starting to think that maybe her mom doesn't even know. And we just found out, though, that 2 of Allie's classmates, Shay and I can't think of the other girl's name off the top of my head, Jessica. Shay and Jessica, who are the not-so-nice girls in class, have kind of figured it out, and Allie is mortified. So that is where we left off a couple weeks ago, and let's go ahead and get started and see what's up next. So we are on Chapter 5, Silver Dollars and Wooden Nickels. The back door swings open, and my brother Travis is there, smelling like grease, looking like he rolled in it, and I instantly feel better. "How's my favorite little sister?" he asks. "I'm your only sister," I say. "Doesn't matter, you'd still be my favorite," and he smiles. "So, your favorite big brother had a silver dollar day today." I think of Grandpa and Dad, who always asked us if we were having a silver dollar day or a wooden nickel one. Travis is doing that thing where he wiggles his fingers in the air and asks his daily question, "What are these?" And he looks older, more like my dad, who's been deployed since just before Thanksgiving last year. It was hard to feel thankful after he'd gone, especially since Grandpa had died 3 months before that. "The hands of a genius," I reply. "Correctamundo," he says. "Do you realize you come home every day and ask me to compliment you?" I say. "Not really," he says. "Just asking you to state the facts." "You are unbelievable," I reply. "Exactly," he says, pointing at me. "Guess what? I finished restoring an old Coke machine today. Thing is like 70 years old." He pops open a soda. "Those things are worth a bundle fixed up." Then he holds up the can. "Look at this. Disappointing compared to those old green bottles." Travis must be happy. The happier he is, the more he goes on about silly things. "And," he says, "I picked up an old gumball machine today, the kind that takes pennies. I'll sell it for 10 times what I paid for it." He drops his voice, and he takes a sip. I will have to throw some money and elbow grease at it first, though. He comes over like he's going to mess up my hair, but I block his hands. "No way," I laugh. "Do not touch me with those." "Aw, come on, Al. I've had a great day. And guess what? I almost have enough to buy those rolling tool cabinets, and someday my big neon sign." He sweeps his hand through the air like he's showing me a row of mountains. "Nickerson Restoration, my own place. My name, our name, is going to be in lights someday." But then his voice deflates. I just have to get out of high school. We're like oil and water, school and me. I wish Mom would just let me quit. "She would kill you," I said. "Yeah, so would Dad. And being dead won't be good enough for my business." He smiles. "Won't be long, though. I'm learning a ton at the garage. The boss is letting me do all kinds of different stuff." I smile. "I'm going to buy a car soon, too. A classic. And a V6 at least." And then he's off, and I can still smell the grease after he's gone. I'm glad he had a silver dollar day. When my mom finally gets home, I've already microwaved my dinner, and I'm watching TV while I sketch pictures of a pet llama named Butch Cassidy. With a name like that, I give him a cowboy hat, a bandana, and a holster. But in the holster, he carries an ear of corn. When my mom comes in from work, she turns off the TV, and I can feel it coming. "So," she begins, "when are we really going to talk about today?" "On my 95th birthday," I reply. "Funny one." She shifts her weight. "I'm trying to be patient, honey. I really am. But today was a party. How could you get in trouble at a party?" I don't have to do anything. They all hate me, I blurt out. I doubt that. But can't you see why they'd be tired of your behavior? These shocking things you do and say just to get laughs. She just doesn't get it. Being funny when you don't mean to be is terrible. Having to laugh at yourself along with everyone else is humiliating. Oh, Allie, you're too smart for this. School is too important to joke about. I don't want you working long hours on your feet for a bunch of tips like me. I want more for you. And you're so smart. Good at math, a gifted artist. Don't you think it's time to stop clowning around? I'm not that smart. You say that, but I'm not, I reply. Now, we know that isn't true, Allie. You could stand to work a little harder, though. I'm so tired of this same conversation. We've had it 100 times, even though my 3rd grade teacher told her that I might just be slow, that my mom shouldn't expect too much of me. My mom's eyes got all wide and shiny when she heard that, and I felt sad and embarrassed for having to be my own mom. But my mom never bought what that teacher said. I sometimes wish she just would, but most times I'm grateful that she hasn't. She bends over to look me dead in the eyes. I know that moving as much as we have has been hard for you, and I know I work all the time and can't keep tabs on your schoolwork. It has made it hard for you to keep up with some subjects, and I understand that. I really do. But you're going to have to make an effort, Allie. Things worth having are worth working for. I'll do better, I tell her. I used to say this and mean it. Now, it feels like I'm just making up one of my stories. Her smile is sad. Okay then, and she kisses the top of my head. Can I turn the TV back on now, I ask. She unties her apron as she stares. Did you take a bath yet? No, I sigh. The tiredness in her voice says there's no use arguing with her either. I trudge toward the hallway. By the way, I don't want to hear you say that people hate you, she calls out. How could anyone on earth possibly hate you? I wish she could just understand my world. But it would be like trying to explain to a whale what it's like to live in a forest. Chapter 6. Triple-sided coin. Travis opens the door of the pawn shop in town and waves me in ahead of him. The bell on the door announces our arrival as it hits the glass. The dusty smell of the place triggers a bunch of memories. Good times. Together times. When Dad and Grandpa would take Travis and me out looking for coins. Numbers and money are something Travis and I can do well. So we took to it really fast. Grandpa loved the dustiest stores best because they were the ones that would have uncracked rolls of coins in the backs of their safes. When the store owners would trade the old rolls for new bills, we'd open them at home to see what was inside. Sometimes we'd find a buffalo nickel, a mercury dime, or an Indian head penny. It was like a little bit of Christmas each time. Being here makes me ache to go back in time. The man behind the counter doesn't even say hello. He rolls a toothpick back and forth in his mouth with his tongue. In one way, it's completely impressive, and in another, it's the grossest thing I've ever seen. Travis rests his fingertips on the glass counter, looking down on the case filled with coins. You need something? The man doesn't talk the way Mom says they're supposed to talk to customers. I want to buy some coins, Travis says. Oh yeah, he replies. Yeah, Travis brushes his chin with his knuckle, something he does when he's nervous. The guy reaches up and takes the toothpick out of his mouth. He uses it to point to Travis. Do you have money, or are you all talk? Travis does what Dad never said never to do. He shows him his money, and not money like a regular person, a roll of money wrapped in an elastic band. The guy's eyes widen. Then he asks, looking for something special? I want Liberty coins. You got any? He takes out several coins. One is a mercury dime with a head that looks like it has wings for ears. I remember those, I say, like the one Daddy has in his wallet. Travis turns them over in his hand. Nice. You have anything more unusual? The guy's eyebrows jump. He reaches into a drawer. This is unusual, but it'll cost you big. I don't mind paying for something special, Travis replies. Okay then, he says. This one is special. He puts a penny on the counter. Travis picks it up and his eyebrows bunch up. This is smaller than other pennies, he says. The guy nods. It is. It's a rare find. Travis glances at me, and then he turns toward the guy. How much? He asks. Well, the guy says, if you know anything about coins, you know that a coin with a flaw in it is far more valuable than a regular coin. Something isn't right with it. It's worth more, I wonder? Like I said, Travis says. How much? The guy tilts his head to the side. Well, normally I'd ask for 80, but I'll charge you, say, 75. Travis smiles. Even I remember how Dad used to tell us never to smile when you get a number. Never. Even if it's the best number in the world. And here he is, smiling like he's won the lottery. I try to look serious enough for the both of us. Well, that's really generous of you. $75 for a penny that's been dipped in nitric acid. The guy's smile falls off of his face. I bet the police would be interested in a little bit of fraud, Travis says. Now listen, the shop owner replies. Travis interrupts. Look, I wasn't born yesterday. Stop messing with me. Travis points at a coin in the case that has a walking woman wrapped in a sheet with the sun's rays behind her. It is beautiful. That 1933 Walking Liberty $50. How much for that one? Well, that one is really in fine condition. In fact, just tell me how much, Travis interrupts, leaning in, palms on the glass. 45, he says. 36 and you throw in the mercury dime for my little sister, Travis replies. I look up quick. For me, I wonder? Then I do the math. Yep, he's following Dad's rule of offering 20% less than what they offer, but Travis threw in something extra this time. The guy squints. 40, he says. Done, Travis replies, and he slaps the money on the glass case. Outside the store, Travis holds the dime towards me. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it so much. Thank you, Travis. You're the best, I say. He looks a little sad, staring at the coin. You know, Grandpa was born in 1933. That's why I chose these coins. They were both minted that year. I look down at my mercury dime and its date, wishing people could last as long as coins. When we get into the car, Travis says, Did you see how that guy in there tried to take me for a fool? Trying to rip me off? Remember, Allie, when people have low expectations of you, you can sometimes use it to your advantage. Then he looks me right in the eyes and points at my nose, as long as you don't have low expectations of yourself. You hear me? I nod again, but I think to myself that it's not hard to do these days. And that's where we're going to stop for today. So, we learned that Allie's older brother, Travis, also struggles in school, but we don't know why exactly yet. We just know that he does not like school, and school supposedly doesn't like him. We also learned that Travis and Allie had a really awesome relationship with their grandpa, and he's no longer with them. And we learned that they had an awesome have an awesome relationship with their dad, but he's deployed right now, and so he's not in the picture, which also explains why they've moved around so much. So stay tuned for our next read aloud of Fish in a Tree. It'll hopefully be coming by Wednesday. Bye, guys.